Welcome to the 4th annual AWS reInvent. It is awesome to be here. This cloud and AWS movement are very much about giving builders freedom and control over their own destiny. It's about giving them hope that if they come up with an idea either individually or as a group that could really change their business.
Most of you know Capital One as a credit card company. Fewer, however, realize that we're also a founder-led, 20-year-old technology company and the nation's largest digital bank. We can deploy some of our most critical production workloads on the AWS platform. Our use of AWS is enabling us to reduce our data center count from 8 in 2014 to 5 by the end of 2016 and down to 3 we project by the end of 2018. And of course, security is critical for us. So we work closely with the Amazon team to develop a security model which we believe enables us to operate more securely in the public cloud than we can even in our own data centers.
The business intelligence tools of the old guard and the days of yesteryear, they're hard to use. And so I'm excited to announce the launch of Amazon QUICKSIGH, which is available in preview today.
It's my privilege to talk to you a little bit more about Amazon QUICKSIGH, a lightning-fast business intelligence service which aims to bring the power of analytics to you and everybody inside your organization. And this is the home page. Here we can see some analyses that we've previously done, and you can see all the different types and graphs that are available to us in QUICKSIGH. Directly inside the visual, without any real knowledge of writing the code, we can start to drill into and start to visualize that data in more detail. And then we can add granularity to that information, again, directly from the visual, not looking month by month, but looking week by week.
And as customers have gotten really excited about these benefits, what they've also asked is, well, how can I get my data more easily into the cloud? So I'm excited to announce Amazon Kinesis Firehose, which is a service that allows you to easily load streaming data into AWS, and it's available today. Is there an easier way for our customers to get more data into the cloud more quickly? And we applied some inside-the-box thinking to this and contemplated it. And it's why we're now announcing the launch of Amazon Snowball. And Snowball is a highly secure, shippable storage appliance. The initial Snowballs will be 50 terabytes for you to load data onto.
So this is the Snowball device. It's got a hardened case. It'll handle 8.5G impacts, which is pretty impressive. It's got tamper resistance all around the outside. It has its own e-ink label, so it knows where it's going, and it just sets the label for you.
Amazon Aurora has just overtaken Redshift as the fastest growing service in the history of AWS. There is a huge amount of traction for Aurora because customers very much want that performance of commercial-grade databases at the pricing of open-source databases. And I'm excited to announce now the launch of a 6th database engine and relational database service, MariaDB. We're excited to announce the launch of another new service called the AWS Database Migration Service. We're also excited to tell you about the launch of another new tool for you, which is the AWS Schema Conversion Tool. And the tool is free of charge. It's available today. It's often what you have to do first when you're going to do a migration. And it allows you to migrate between database engines reliably and easily. Most of the successful hybrid implementations are being done on top of AWS.
GE is undergoing one of the largest and frankly most important transformations in our 140-year history. AWS has been working with us for the past 4 years and has become one of our trusted partners. We're going to migrate over 9,000 workloads into AWS over the next 3 years. We're going to go from 34 data centers to 4 data centers. We intend to move over 60% of our global workload into AWS. For us, this is no longer an experiment. It's no longer a test. It's no longer something that we talk about being probable. It's inevitable. AWS is our trusted partner that's going to run our company for the next 140 years.
I'm totally delighted to be able to announce today the formation of a brand new Accenture AWS business group, which clearly is a very serious commitment by both of our companies to the cloud services space. This means that we're making a very considerable investment over a multi-year period, beginning within our first year, training an incremental 1,000 people on automation, methodologies, and technologies in this new cloud environment. And also, we will certify 500 of them on AWS.
We're pleased to announce a new capability in AWS Config today in preview, which is called AWS Config Rules. And what Config Rules allows you to do is it allows you to set up compliance rules for your resource configurations, and then it triggers a notification and action if it turns out those rules aren't being met. Let's say you want to set a rule that says all instances launched in your organization have to be tagged so we know what they're doing. This will allow you to set that rule, and again, you can choose the action. I'd like to share with you the announcement of the preview of another new service called Amazon Inspector. And Inspector is an automated security assessment service that finds security or compliance issues with deploying applications on AWS.
I'm here to talk to you about how AWS has been critical to making Stripe successful. Stripe has been on AWS from the day we launched. We recently celebrated our 4th birthday. Each year of growth was more terrifying than the year before. Fortunately, AWS was with us every step of the way. Now, if you've ever gone through a compliance audit, you know that it's not a walk in the park. Thankfully, building on AWS's infrastructure lets us rely on their security and their own compliance for the physical and network layers, so that our compliance story is significantly easier. The infrastructure that is possible for us today would have been unthinkable for us without AWS.
Well, what's the future for us? What are we going to do as MLBAM? Are we going to continue as this entity, or are we going to potentially spin off a technology company? And so we are well down that path of spinning out a technology company. And while I don't know who the investors are going to be, and I don't know exactly how it's going to go, I can tell you one thing assuredly, is it will be powered by AWS. This has been a busy year. We helped launch PlayStation Vue. So Sony's over-the-top cable subscription is powered by MLBAM. We also launched HBO Now. So HBO Now's over-the-top streaming service is powered by MLBAM. Most recently, we launched PGA Tour. MLBAM has reached an arrangement with the NHL. So starting with tonight's game, season opener, MLB and the NHL are collaborating on how to deliver the best of sports to their fans.
People want to control their own destiny. It's what keeps them engaged in our companies and in our customers' problems, even when they're not at work. And that is really what's at the heart of this movement to AWS and the cloud. Enjoy the next 3 days, and thank you very much.